Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything Goes. My name's Anwary Twaha, and today I am proud to be joined by Martin Hillman, fellow West Ham fan. So, Martin, it's been, and I don't want to remember this, but since February 2024, we last done an interview outside the
Yeah,
London Stadium, beautiful stadium, our home, and we lost 6-0 to Arsenal there. Less said about that, more said about your boxing. How are you, mate?
yeah, I'm all right, mate. Thank you. Yeah, that was it was good to meet up with you that day and have a chat and that, but yeah, the football wasn't great, but we move on, mate. We move on, you know. We forget
So,
about that one.
and at least we're not losing 6 anymore. Well, I hope we're not.
Yeah,
5-1 is a
exactly.
little bit of an improvement, but it's still meh.
Look, we got Nuno in now. We got a tough away draw. Hopefully it's a sign of better things to come. I hope, I pray.
And since then, I don't know. I think we've had three managers. You've had three fights in the meanwhile, and that's not really usual for West Ham to be changing managers. But from Moyes to Potter to Nuno, what did you make of David Moyes' reign? And I know he's gone now, but would you say he was probably the best West Ham manager of all time, if not of this generation?
Of this generation, yeah. You've got like managers from years and years ago have won FA Cups and got us like European Cups and stuff like that and high league finishes. But of this generation, yeah, I mean, he saved us from relegation. Then he got us two top seven finishes, qualified for Europa, semi final in that. Next year, winning the European Conference League, won that first trophy in 40 years. Um, got in Europe again the next year. Got to a quarter final. Yeah, great manager. Great job, mate. He'll always be remembered, I think. A lot of people didn't like his style of football, but to be honest, I care about results, mate. So yeah, I'm a David Moyes fan. So and that splits opinion with West Ham fans, but I think what he done for us deserves to be respected. So there you go.
And we had him in his first stint when he came 2017, 2018, and people weren't really happy. And then, like you said, we let him go. He's come back. He didn't have to come back to us, saved us from relegation, got us those 3 years in Europe. What a run it was in the first year. We went further than Barcelona in the Europa League. We could have actually faced Barcelona, beaten Sevilla at home, who no one in the Europa League, no English club has beaten Sevilla in the Europa League. Then obviously go to Lyon, and what a game it was at home, 3-0 away. Frankfurt,
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
we just had to fight the Germans and play the Germans, and then obviously winning that European Cup, the Europa Conference League, which is unreal, and then that special night in Prague, and then again we played the best team in the world in that year in Bayer Leverkusen, and you couldn't
yeah.
ask for much more. But like you said, I've watched podcasts of David Moyes and I've studied David Moyes, and he said it wasn't about having a pretty performance, it was just about getting results, and that's something you agree with. Then
Yeah.
we go on to, oh, sorry, I forgot four managers. Julian Lopetegui, what do you make of his little stint?
Wrong manager for us. Wrong manager for us. Just like Manuel Pellegrini was the wrong manager for us. So yeah, it was a bad appointment. I don't mean to diss the guy. I'm sure he's a good manager, but just wasn't suited to us. And neither was Graham Potter. He seems like a good guy. Obviously done good things at Brighton, so he's a capable manager. But there was things going on in the back room, and yeah, he weren't getting the results, and it's a results business, mate. So yeah, I think Nuno will be all right. I hope so. Anyway. So,
Nuno
but
got a
we'll
draw in his
see, mate.
first
It'll be
game.
up and down.
I feel like it's a
It'll be
positive
up and down.
beginning.
It's West Ham.
It is West Ham, man.
Yeah, it is. Away from home, that's a tough. They've recruited really well, Everton. They got Grealish, players like that in. Yeah, they're looking strong. So to go up there, get a result away, brilliant.
And
Great
obviously, the
start.
start of the year was really hard to bear with, and a lot of fans were starting to panic. We've seen the protests and stuff. So, talk about it now. Do you feel more confident, and where do you see us finishing this season now with Nuno?
I think with Nuno we'll be all right. You know, I think under Potter, like again, don't want to slate him, but I think he didn't have the dressing room. Obviously, he was getting things wrong. It weren't suited to us, and I think we was facing relegation battle. I think we'll be above that with Nuno. I do. I think he's done wonders at Forest. He done well at Wolves. You know, he's an experienced manager. He knows the Premier League. I think the players seem to be on board with him. So yeah, it'll be fun though. It'll be fun. So we'll see.
And speaking about other fun stuff, you're next fighting for the Commonwealth silver. So, like I said, since February of 2024, you've had three outings. What have you made of your three outings?
Yeah, yeah, all good. I've won all three. Um, Obviously the big one was March 2024. I travelled out to Ghana for the first time. Fought in the best venue I've ever boxed in my life, Bookham Stadium. It's an like an open air stadium, purpose built for boxing. It reminded me of like a gladiator stadium, mate. It was fantastic. It was packed out, 7,000 people there. Um, I won a 10 3-minute rounds. I defended the UBO Intercontinental belt that I had and picked up the PST title, PST International. That's fantastic. Really proud of that. Really happy. Picked up a bit of an injury late in the fight, so that kept me out for a few months after. Um, then I come back and I fought at the Tolworth Centre. I had an 8 threes against a guy called Adam Yaha. He was 23 and 13 at the time. Won that on points convincingly, so that was all good to finish the year. Um,
And just before I interrupt, just for a minute, talk about that walkout there of the briefcase. Was that like a saying of you're going to hijack him, you're going to rob him? Talk about that walkout.
right, yeah, right, okay. So first was the where I walked out as a Grim Reaper. I walked out with a Strife, Grim Reaper mask, cloak, um, to the theme of the original Undertaker WWF Undertaker entrance tune. It was round Halloween at the time. Um, it was just a bit of a fun on it, a bit of a gimmick. People loved it. Just a bit of extra like entertainment. Um, for all those people, I appreciate you buy tickets and support me. Then it was the next fight, which was earlier this year, that I come into the Only Fools and Horses theme tune in a fur coat and a briefcase and a flat cap and all that. Um, my brother come in the ring as Rodney, and yeah, it's just a bit of extra entertainment for people. I don't mean it to be cocky, or like I think I'm anything, but yeah, we're in the entertainment business, right? So if I can add to it for people and they enjoy it, and yeah, why not?
And then the third outing you've had since?
That was so that was a last minute change of opponent. I was meant to fight a guy called Sandeep Kumar, an Indian fighter who was 13 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. Former WBA Asian champion. So I wanted that fight because it was gonna do my ranking well and progression and stuff. Um, Unfortunately, he pulled out at a week's notice. So I ended up fighting UK journeyman Ricky Leach, tough fighter. Um, we had the fight. That's the fight I come in as Del Boy. Um, Interesting thing. Obviously, he's gone down the journeyman route as a pro, but he was a very good amateur. He boxed for England, everything. So we was 1-1 from the amateurs. So it was kind of a decider. He was a bit heavier than me. I had to come up in weight. He come down, but he took it last minute. I put on some weight, he lost some weight, and we got the fight on, and I got the win. And yeah, I felt like it was a good performance. And yeah, it started this year off well for me.
Before we go on to your next outing, unfortunate news that shocked the boxing world, and you've had the honor of meeting him and being around him and seeing him at York Hall. Ricky the Hitman Hatton passing away. Share your experience with him and how you look up to the man growing up.
Oh yeah, I was honoured to meet Ricky Hatton twice. Once when I was about 15, there was a charity football game that he came to over in Thurrock, and I got a picture and all that with him. I was thrilled. It was before the Mayweather fight when I first met him, actually. And then years later, I'm boxing at York Hall in one of my early pro fights. I think it was my third or fourth pro fight at York Hall. And obviously, since retiring, he's been managing and training fighters. He had some fighters on. Got a photo, like, had a chat with him. And then after the fight, all my lot went across to the pub across the road from York Hall. I went in to join them. Who's in there sinking pints of Guinness? Ricky Hatton. And yeah, we had a chat and he said I'd done well. And yeah, just really nice guy. Like I grew up watching that guy. Um, so yeah, it was like they say don't meet your heroes, don't they? But
Mhm.
that turned out to be a load of rubbish with Ricky Hatton because he was brilliant. So yeah, it's a
God
sad.
rest his soul.
Yeah, no, I send prayers to his family, son Campbell Hatton, and well, I think he's got a granddaughter and his missus and all his family. Like, send prayers to them. Uh, must be so hard for him. So yeah, tragic loss, mate.
And then another thing, breaking news broke a few weeks ago. You're now fighting for the Commonwealth silver, and is it UBO or what's the white title
No,
called?
the PBC International belt. So yeah, it's Professional Boxing Council. Um, Someone I know, Chris Wardrope, he runs it. And there's been some UK fighters that have been around the world winning it. It's recognised around the world. Obviously, the British Boxing Board of Control don't work with the PBC, so it's not a belt that I can fight for over here. And I thought, as I'm going over there, it's big in Africa. It's competed for a lot. Um, yeah, and he offered the chance to me. He said you can add it to the fight, so I'm very appreciative of it. I've got two belts on the line. The PBC is a white belt with gold, and it looks stunning. So I'll be very happy if I can win that. I think the Commonwealth silver is obviously like a huge achievement. I want to win a belt recognised by the British Boxing Board, and the Commonwealth's a very historic organisation. A lot of good countries can fight for it. So that and the added PBC, I feel very lucky to have this fight, and I'm just locked in and so motivated for it, mate. I'll give this absolutely everything. I can promise you that.
And two belts in one night. That's another thing, as we say in England, it's coming home, and you're going to bring
Yeah.
something home for us to celebrate. Obviously, the Euros doesn't come here in a while, neither has the World Cup, but you're going to bring your two belts here and talk about it there. Obviously, as you said, the Commonwealth silver is maybe a little bit more recognized, and you sent me a post the other night, Moses Italma. It's a belt that's been fought for the last 2 3 years in the UK, more notably, and it's been won by big fighters. Talk about it, God willing, when you're next. I'm going to say when because I want to see you with the two
I like
belts
that.
along your waist and on your shoulders. And I want to see that picture after. So if the people don't know what the white belt looks like, you can have them both in one picture. When you win these titles, where do you go from here? Or is it just October 25th, back in Ghana? Are you just focusing on this 10 rounder and getting those titles?
Yeah, I mean, At the minute, I'm locked in. I'm not looking past this fight. I'm sure there'll be people who call me out after if I win, obviously. When I win, sorry. But at the minute, I'm just locked into this. This guy is 10-0 with 8 stoppages. So it's not like I'm going over there for an easy touch, you know? Um, so I like it'd be stupid of me to look past what I'm doing next after this. So haven't thought about that yet, mate, to be honest with you. I know what you're saying, but yeah, I'm just fully focused on this at the minute.
And you probably get these questions all the time. You've probably had it your whole career. Do we see a knockout? Do we see a TKO? Do we see a doctor stoppage? Or is it by any means necessary, whether it's some points, unanimous decision, that all by any means necessary, all means you have your hand raised on the end of the night and you hit and the new?
Yeah, that look, that's the main thing. I don't care how I win, as long as I win, you know. But I'm getting stronger. I think it's always been a weakness. I've never been a big puncher in the game. Um, I've been on a program to work on that. Been sparring good people, and they're saying I'm getting stronger and hitting harder. So that's something I've tried to improve, and I feel like I am. This guy's obviously got 8 knockout wins out of 10, so he obviously is a puncher. So we could well see a stoppage or a knockout, mate. But I'm gonna make sure it's me knocking him out, not the other way around, you know. But the training's been intense, very hard. I've not underestimated him, and if I have to go all out, all 10 rounds and win by a point, so be it. Doesn't matter, you know. I'm so determined to win it, mate, and I will do. I will do. It will be and the new.
I'd love to hear that, Martin. And just before I let you go, like you said there, you're going to away territory, you're going to his backyard, you're going to fight for it there, you're going to Africa to fight an African there. And obviously, most people get a Commonwealth silver on a home show or get the away fight to come over to them. Does that
Yeah.
not just show how game you are? And not only the two titles, but you're taking someone's O away from them. I think, would that be the first O you've taken away in your boxing career if you do it?
It will be the first O I've taken away. I've beaten winning records, guys with winning records quite a few times, but I've never taken a man's O. So that would be a great achievement, I think, if I can take his O. I'm going to his continent, you know. I'm not like, some guys have won it over here and they've brought opponents over and stuff. I think it's going to be more difficult going over there. I've been over there once before though, so I know how hard it is and I can prep more for that. But yeah, I'll be very proud of it, mate. Like I've seen a lot of fights for that belt in this country. I've seen a lot of good fighters win it. I've seen a lot of good fighters lose for it in hard fights. And, like next heavyweight prospect, Moses Atama, is the Commonwealth Silver Heavyweight Champion, and there's a bunch of other names that have won the belt and lost for the belt that are good fighters. So I think, yeah, I'm excited. I'm very much looking forward to that, and the PBC. That's a professional title still, and I really like the organisation and what they stand for. So yeah, I'm buzzing to be fighting for both belts, and yeah, that's it.
When can we talk to someone about getting you on the pitch at West Ham and parading that belt when you win it?
I'm open to do that anytime, mate. Anytime. I'll ping the club an email, but I don't know if they'll get back to me. I will be. I do sell tickets in Ghana as well. Because being a West Ham fan, there's a massive West Ham following out there called the Ghanaian Hammers. Want to shout them out. Last time, loads of them turned up, bought tickets to come watch me, West Ham fan. They looked after me pre-fight, made sure I had an area to get ready. They walked me into the ring. They gave me support. It was amazing. They treated me and my dad so good, and they're coming again. So I'll be thrilled to see them again. You know, if you're a West Ham fan, you're not following the Ghanaian Hammers. Make sure you do because they're the best supporters, mate.
And not to reminisce on it, but we did lose our Ghanaian superstar last year. What do you make of it? Does it feel like that big of a loss losing Kudos, or
He's a very talented player. There's no getting away from it. But no, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I think Paquetá's coming into his own. Somerville's back now, injury free. I think something good that Potter done. He recruited that Diouf, the left back
yeah,
boy.
the left back?
He's getting down that wing, whipping in crosses to people like Bowen. Saw that at Everton the other day. No, I think we're all right. We've got Freddie Potts coming through. He's looking very promising. Suchek's got a goal in him, and he's a great player. I like Suchek. I think we've got enough. Maybe we could add another one in there, but look, Kudos wanted to go. Good luck to him. That's that. I will say, I'll just highlight the Ghanaian Hammers have been West Ham fans long before Kudos come along, and they still are West Ham now. As good as it was to have a Ghanaian, we'll get another Ghanaian player at some point, you know.
We currently have Gideon Kadu in the academy. I believe he's on loan at Luton. He has a brother, Joel Kadu, who also has the Commonwealth silver and Southern area. So talented family there, and like you said, massive fan base. And it's like you said, when we had Chicharito, we had the Mexicans come over. When we had
Yeah,
Suchek and Sufal, you have the Czechs come over. But like you said, we have a law following, and once you're a West Ham fan, you're always a West Ham fan, regardless where you come from, and you're there for the club. You're not just there
exactly.
for the one player.
It's a family, mate. It's a family. Look, me and my dad went all the way to West Africa, right? We couldn't look more out of place, right? As you can imagine, they welcomed us like family, looked after us. Can't speak highly enough of them, you know. And he said, look, you're West Ham, you're our family. That's that.
I love it, and that's how it's always been, and that's how Martin Noble had it, and West Ham's been for centuries and generations. If I let you go, put out a question. How's the fight go? Just give us a little promo, a little breakdown. Give us your prediction
I will
and what can
do. I
fans
will do.
expect.
I will do. Look, I've never claimed to be the best ever, like world class hero, whatever. But I always have exciting fights. So this is going to be one exciting fight. Let me tell you, I'm fighting an unbeaten guy. We're laying it all on the line. It's all or nothing, and I'm gonna leave absolutely everything in that ring. I feel like I can beat him. I think I've fought in higher class, and that's gonna tell in the fight. Yeah. Um, I do have to say one thing. Sorry, before we go, I'd really like to thank. I'm lucky. I've got some good sponsorships on board. My friend Lloyd Campbell at Lloyd Campbell Consultancy, who's actually coming out to Ghana with me as well this time. He's really helped me out, backed me. Um, can't thank him enough. He has done for a few years now. Um, Cray Wanderers Football Club, local football team. They've backed me as well. They're in the Istamin Premier League, so good standard football. Um, Nature Wolf CBD. They've sorted me out a fighters pack loaded with products for help recovery and training and stuff. And AJ Management, Adam Daniels, his company, building company, they've helped me out with sponsorship, and he's coming out as well. So we've got some more numbers coming out, and yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's all I'm thinking about in a minute, but it'll be exciting, and I'm gonna duck and dive my way to a win. Trust me.
And that would have been my last question. Is there anyone to thank and anyone you want to say thank you to? But I think you covered them both and you read my mind. So, Martin
Yeah.
Hillman, fighting pride of West Ham. As you do, you got our boys. And another fighter, George Liddell. Do you see him bringing home the British and Commonwealth titles?
He's a good fighter. Yeah, hopefully he does, mate. Yeah, good. I wish him all the. I don't know him. I've never met him, but good luck to him. I've seen him. I've seen his name about, and I've seen some of his results and highlights, and that he looks a good fighter. So, is he West Ham as well?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely. I hope he does it, mate.
He's
Yeah.
been on the
So,
pitch, bro, so we need to get you on the pitch as well. Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, next time we see this man, we'll see him on a podcast, on an interview with two belts. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless Martin Hillman. All the best. Come on, you irons.
Come on, you irons. Thank you very much for your time, mate.